And welcome back to the Paul Dalton Details channel. Welcome back to the Pratt Cave. It is dull and gloomy outside. It's been raining for weeks. It's been torrential, but we've finally got a car done. We've got another Fiesta. What is it about Ford Fiestas? I just seem to be plagued with Ford Fiestas. Anyway, if you like Fiestas, you're going to love this one. So this car, 54,000 miles, been sat on someone's drive near a tree, and I was expecting tree sap. However, I got a lot more than I bargained for. Not so much tree sap, well, you'll see in a video, grime fest. Anyway, to deal with the grime fest on the dirty Ford Fiesta, we got a new company, a new brand on the scene. Now, we had these guys on the podcast, Specky and Paul Talk Detailing Podcast. If you want to check it out, Google it or click the link below this video, and it's all about gloss fuel. We had Quentin on introducing these guys. Now, you're thinking, well, that looks like a protein pack. Yeah, I know, it's very, very similar. So this is all about sustainability and, you know, not so much just loads and loads of bottles, and because I've got loads of bottles in here, like loads of them, and they're on about sustainability. If you want to know about the sustainability, you need to tune into the podcast, because it's all about refill packs like this. They do things like this, which is like the renewable plastics, and they're looking into different triggers. And, you know, if you want to know more about it, you've got to check the podcast out or go on their website, and I'll put a link below. So it's enough about gloss fuel. I don't want to talk about the products until right at the very end of the video, so you need to stick around to the very end. You're going to like this one. It's a proper grime fest. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea or something stronger, black coffee, milkshake, don't care. Grab a drink, you're going to need it. Roll the video. So here we go then. I've been relegated to the road. Yeah, I've been told off by the boss. I mean the wife. Not to do cars on the drive, because apparently our drive smells of fallout remover and pre-wash and tire removers, and it stinks. Yeah. Although after all the rain we've had, it should have gone by now. But for now, I'm going to do cars in the road. So as you can see, yeah, it's quite a bit of neglect going on here. This car's been parked up, hasn't done that many miles for the age of the car, but it has been neglected severely. Build up a brake dust on the wheels. And there's a fair bit of organic matter on the roof. A fair bit, yeah, try that lot. Four-door Fiesta, 66 plate. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you're subscribed. You'll watch these videos for free. It doesn't cost anything. Do me a big favour and hit that subscription button. Citrus wheel and tyre cleaner, ready to use. Nice little logo there with the fuel can. I like that. Got a mesh gauze on the front of the trigger spray to allow it to foam up the foaming agents in the product. What's this? A new Vicam brush? Oh no. Surely the other one's going to be made redundant by now. I've had the other one for years. Yeah, I've been given a new brush. Dear friend of mine. Hopefully I'm going to get him on the channel. He's a pro detailer and valeter. So I'm going to start by using the pressure washer to blast off all the junk. Now I have to say, on this particular day, my pressure washer started making a funny noise. It has nothing to do with the Arbor Smart P60. However, it is in a reduction in the water flowing into it. Apparently, after floods, they reduce the water pressure. How true it is, I don't know. But the day after, it's running perfectly. Very, very odd. So we're going to allow this to dwell. Start eating into all the grime. We'll start using a tyre scrubbing brush to get rid of all this junk. If you want to know what brush that is the SGC BUK tyre scrubbing brush. Or you can use a Tough Shine one. What's the difference? Well, I think the Tough Shine one's a bit more aggressive. Then we come on to our wheel wash media. These are the cheap wheel woolies, kindly sent down by Johnny Shield Detailing. You can turn these like this and hook them around the spokes, bend them. Or of course you can use a wash mitt if you want and get right in there in the spokes. You're probably looking at that wheel thinking, hang on a minute, where's all that foam gone? Well, moving cameras around and adjusting stuff, it did die down. When you're doing it, you're not filming, you're still going to see the foam there. Don't worry about it. So after following up the lug nut brush, which is an Atlas the one, we're going to go in with the Vicam. These are soft enough to use on rims, and they've got a rubber coating on them so you won't damage your bodywork or even your wheel. And yes, I did the barrels as well. with a wheel woolly, not with a Viscount brush. Not finished with these rims yet. So looking at these after, we're going to inspect these before we do the next stage, and it looks like they're going to need a iron fallout remover. Really, Paul? It's almost as though you planned this one. Oh look, there's an iron fallout remover, as if by chance. Who'd have thought it? So we're going to apply this, and this was into the first minute. We're going to talk about the products at the end of this video in the summary, so stick around right to the end. I don't think you've got enough time to do that. Instagram. That is ridiculous. Right, back to it. So wheel woolly time now. We're going to allow this to agitate right into the barrel, all around the spokes. We've given this a number of minutes, and because of the colour change, it proves it's activated. And the chemical is now going to do its thing, and we're going to get rid of it. But we can agitate the wheel at the same time, making sure you get it in all the nooks and crannies. Yes, I said crannies. A little bit of curb rash at the top of that rim. Now, oddly enough, the offside wheel was actually worse. Why I didn't start filming on that side, I don't know. So moving on to the organic removal stage. So what's the reason behind this? Why are you pre-rinsing the car? Why didn't you just go in with a snow foam? Why not just hit it with a citrus? Well, to give the products a fighting chance. The amount of gunk that was embedded in this car was unreal. I've never seen so much stuff come out of a car. And that bit there, right there, where that lip is, so where that plastic joins into the bumper, that always gets stuffed up with junk. Blast it out, get rid of it. So obviously you can still see some staining on there, but I've not touched it yet with anything else. This is purely a rinse. This is bonnet cam. On to tackle this dreadful roof. There's only one thing for it. Yeah, we're going to do a handheld shot with this. It's too good to miss. So you might be thinking, hell, you're going very, very slow. Yeah, there's a good reason for that. That rail gets stuffed up with all sorts of moss, lichen, squirrels, you name it, they're in there. So you want to go really slow. Let the pressure washer do its thing. And the reason for not touching that roof with any chemicals is because the layer of that crud is so thick it wouldn't be worth it. You're just wasting your chemicals. Let the pressure washer do the work and then go in after with your next set of chemicals. Yeah, time to speed up, Paul. There you go, there's a quick, what's that, 40-60? Yeah, easy. This was so satisfying, I cannot tell you. I loved doing this bit. It was great. I was so tempted to draw a roof picture, but no. Come on, I'm 53 next year. I've grown out that sort of thing. Oh, there goes a lump of something. Yeah, one of the original Backstreet Boys. Grow up. Turn your cat round the other way. think that Range Rover is coming on the channel. I don't want to say too much. So now we move on to the next part of the pre-wash. This is the citrus, 100 ml of this in my spray bottle, which used to be a double action trigger spray, but the trigger broke, oh dear. So we're going to spray this liberally all around the lower parts of the vehicle, worst affected parts, all up the side. Get it in there, Paul, and let it do its thing. So this happened to be a very, very dull day. I had to do quite a bit of post-editing with this video because it was so dull. It just didn't get light properly. So this is a 100 brake horsepower EcoBoost or EcoBoom, as their nickname is. Shouldn't really say that, should I? So no products were applied to this part of the car, door shut areas. Just use the power of the pressure washer for this. If they're really bad, then apply the citrus. So once this citrus has been sitting for at least 15 minutes, don't allow it to dry out, no chance of that in our country, and then rinse away. There's something deeply satisfying about doing a pre-wash. So all that remains on there is tar spots. I haven't to mention about a pre-wash at someone at work. To someone at work, you can get your words the right way around, Paul. And they said, why would you pre-wash a car? Can't you just wash it? I thought, I'm in for a long chat here. I had to explain it all. If you don't know what one is, you need to watch one of my videos. I think he walked off. So next up is this rather neglected area, the tailgate area. Trunk if you're in the US. So going in with a garage therapy detailing brush, we're going to use the citrus again. Use it to break down all this organic matter and get rid of it. Just behind that hinge, there is some greenery. Yeah, we're going to deal with that in a minute. And we're not going to use a detailing brush. Use one of these. These are those lolly sticks. You know, the ones you can get from Valet Pro? Little foam bit on the end. And you can use it and bend it and just get rid of that. Next up is the shampoo stage. No, Paul, that is snow foam. Put your glasses on. Snow foam stage. Blue, but not blue when it goes on the car, oddly enough. 100 ml to 750 ml of water. Produces a nice, thick, luxurious foam, even. Allow this to dwell for around 10 minutes, depending on the weather. And then we're going to rinse that off, and that will get rid of the last stuff left on the car. So my thoughts on the snow foam you can see at the end of this video. And all the other products. Next up, fallout remover stage on the bodywork. Yeah, we're going to give this a bit of a decon because this car's been sat around. This happened, and this was again into the first minute. Very fast reacting this is. Now we're going to get rid of it and give it a nice glorious rinse down. Shampoo stage now. This is a gloss enhancing shampoo. So I'm going to apply this via the lance. You can of course go down to 1 bucket if you want to. I'm still struggling to get out of the habit of using 2 buckets. I've been using 2 buckets for years. And yes, I missed a bit right in the corner. Don't worry, I got it in the end. And you might be thinking, hang on a minute, where's that 5-finger mitt that you were rattling on about in your other Fiesta video? Well, like a numbnut, I left it in a bucket. I didn't know this until the day after. What a complete idiot. The Pratt cave was blue with swear words, and then I finally found it after I'd finished the car. Oh dear. Next up, quick detailer. Now you can use this as kind of a drying aid as well as giving the car a nice finish, but they do make a proper drying aid. I've got sent that, but I'm going to use a QD. This car's going up for sale. I want it to look nice and fresh. Get a glossy layer of protection on it. Now they don't last an enormous amount of time, but it's good enough to get it up for sale and produce some nice pretty pictures. So you might want 2 microfibers with this. It doesn't flash off that quick, more about it at the end of the video, but it does produce a nice finish. If you've got any water drops left on there, don't worry, this will take care of it. And yes, it's yellow. Yellow on a white car. Nice colour choice. So we're not quite finished yet. This is Garage Therapy's WSR water spot remover. Allow this to dwell for a number of minutes and then remove with a microfiber. Yeah, thanks camera. Glass next. Back with the gloss fuel stuff. When you're doing this stage, you can see it. It's almost in touching distance. We've almost finished. The sad part about it is I hadn't finished. I had to do the interior after this out of camera, and it's like getting dark. That was a long day. Tyre serum now. I'm going to apply this using our tyre applicator from Carscope. Little puck style thing. And we're almost there. Just in time for the nice sexy B-roll. Join me back in the Pratt cave after you can feast your eyes on some of the before and afters. I'll see you in a moment. I did warn you, I told you that one was going to be a grime fest, and what a 50-50. Oh, that's to be one of the best 50-50s of him I've done. Hope you enjoyed that one. Anyway, let's talk about the products. Let's go through these. So the first one was wheels and tyres, obviously. It's the dirtiest point on the car. Always do your wheels and tyres first. Citrus wheel and tyre cleaner, ready to use. To be honest, it does a good job. It does a blooming good job. It's got this little gauze on the front, on the trigger spray, which activates this like foam. and yeah, let it dwell for a little while, and go in with your wheel woolies or your Vicam brushes, whatever you're using, these air brushes, and it works. You know, what can I say? Actually quite pleased about me super cheap wheel brushes being one of these. This is the bigger one. You've probably seen the video on these, and I've started using these and bending them, and they're not bad actually. On a little side note, so yeah, that works. Okay, we then followed it up with a fallout remover, one of the fastest reacting fallout remover I think I've used for many years. This is very quick on the wheels, really fast reacting, and it brought the wheels up even better. So that was the fallout remover. Then we did a pre-rinse because the car was so bad before we even went near this product, which is, pick up the right one, Paul. Yeah, there it is, the citrus fueled pre-wash. Now I did obviously the pre-rinse, and then we're going to go on to the pre-wash itself. 100 ml of this in a 1 litre trigger spray. Did it work? Yes, it did, to a degree. 80%, 85%. It got rid of the muck, the grime, the organic filth that was on this car. So yeah, it worked. Pretty pleased with that. I did go for quite a bit of it though, because I had to use another bottle. I went through one and then filled up another one. Yeah, this car was particularly bad. Then we come to this, pick up the right one, Paul. This is the pH neutral snow foam. These aren't for everybody. There's loads of them on the market. I know there's one that begins with B and ends in H. It gets mentioned every single video. I know about that, okay? But my job is to review the products that get sent, and I will do a video on it, okay? Because loads of people go on about that product and that brand. But on the day, Gloss Fuel pH neutral snow foam, it did get rid of some. It didn't get rid of a lot though. I've got to be honest. I wasn't that impressed by that. That was the only. That was a kind of the bugbear of the day. That one, not that impressed. I have to give my honest opinions. Then we went up to a contact wash, which was this. This is the another one of these packs. Gloss enhancing shampoo. They're not for everybody. There's a number of them on the market, but they do help maintain a car. And it's a nice wash experience. It's super glidey, super slick. Put it in a snow foam lance. If you want to go down to one bucket, this is what a lot of people are doing. They're going down to one bucket. 1 bucket, 2 bucket. Let me know what you think about that in the comments section. Basically what this means is you're going to foam the car up with your shampoo and then still use only 1 bucket. Okay, just let me know what you think about that. I still use 2 because I can't get out of the habit. Wasteful sod, don't I? Anyway, so that was gloss enhancing shampoo, and then we came on to, we did a off-camera drying session. This, and I've used this before. This is the quick detailer. And I mentioned this to someone when I first got delivery of this, and I thought, I can't help myself. I've got to open it up and try some of these products out for myself. This is good. This is good stuff, this QD. Quick detail. Adds a little bit of protection, but it's the slickness and the gloss. Really pleased with this. It's not the fastest reacting one. Now, what are you going on about, Paul? I.e. the flash point. You've got to work it a bit. Maybe use 2 microfibers, short pile microfibers, and then just do a final buff. And that last one, it will suddenly flash, and you'll feel the slickness and see the gloss. It's yellow in colour, so it looks a bit odd when you spray it on a white car. But I really did enjoy that. When it comes to glass cleaners, they can be hit and miss. And people think, well, hang on a minute, it's a glass cleaner. Didn't exactly flash off the fastest. You can see in the video it hung around for a bit. So for me, it wasn't the strongest glass cleaner I've ever used. I have to give my honest opinions on this, otherwise it's not worth you even watching me. So yeah, not that impressed by the glass cleaner. Yeah, it cleaned, but it wasn't that great. This, however, the last product before the B-roll shots is the conditioning tyre serum. Yes, there is another product out there which is a tyre serum, we know it. And it's glossy, this one. It's a lot glossier than the other one, which we know from GT. So from Gloss Fuel, it's very easy to apply, and it's got this very slick finish. I've got it on a car out here at the moment. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that one. Check out my Instagram. And that, yeah, decent stuff. It's nice to use. So overall, not a bad experience on Gloss Fuel. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep subscribing and check out the podcast. If you want to know more about this brand, check out the podcast. My dear friend Specky McSparrow and me and him record every other Tuesday. Check it out. and check out the website. If you're interested in gloss fill, check it out. Keep subscribing, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra. Finally in focus. Hurrah. And welcome back to the Paul Holden Details channel, and welcome to the Pratt Cave. One-handed, got a bottle of Jollop in my hand. Jollop.